I was pretty much a haphazard kid, got in a lot of trouble, got arrested 4 or 5 times, thrown in jail. And this was with my dad. It's a cop. Imagine this. This is not too.
I guess he didn't like that very much.
No, that's an understatement. But then I volunteered for the draft in 1966 at the height of the Vietnam War. And I went to OCS, and that changed my life because it was the really first real high performance thing that I could measure myself against with other people. And
it was a boot camp.
No, well, I mean,
this is officer training.
Officer candidate school is 6 months long.
Okay.
I went to the regular boot camp, which is 4 months. And then you go to officer school where they, in those days, they could still beat you. If you got captured in doing maneuvers, they would put battery wires to your testicles.
They would?
Absolutely.
It's the Army?
Correct.
Okay.
United States Army.
Wow.
And now even SEALs, and I have a lot of respect for Navy SEALs, they let you go home at the weekends now.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? Anyway.
So why was officer training school important for you? Like you said, you could measure yourself? You could
measure against
quantify yourself?
other people that were striving to be high performance.
Okay. Brought out the competitive side of you.
Correct.
And where did that lead you?
That led me to go, I got commissioned.
Trump went to military school when he was a kid.
Yeah, when he
Trump
was a
was a
kid.
real punk when he was a kid.
Correct.
And his father sent him to a military.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And really straightened him out.
2/3 of all Fortune 500 CEOs have one thing in common: military background.
Really?
2/3 of those 2/3 have something else, which you can probably relate to: martial arts.
Really?
What do you learn in martial arts, Brian? Discipline, focus, right?
Yes.
Do I have to? I don't need to write this book for you, right?
No,
okay.
those are good.
Okay. So it changed my life, and I came out, and I originally thought I was going to be a regular Army officer, but the Vietnam War was winding down, and I knew that I wasn't going to get to be a general quick. And speaking of generals, Tommy Franks, who the commander of Desert Storm 1, went to OCS same time I did.
Okay. But he stayed in the military.
He stayed in the military. Okay?
Do you ever regret not staying in the military?
Sometimes when I say sarcastically, tongue-in-cheek, sometimes when I have an interview like this, if I'd be a 4-star general, I could just tell you what I wanted to say and not have to answer questions. I'm being facetious now. No, but dealing with some of the people that I've dealt with, because I tell my staffs and I tell various companies that I'm involved in, when I see mistakes, if we were at war, we'd all be dead. You understand what I'm saying? If we were at war, because they think a little error, we're dead. I mean, if we were in the shuttle going to the moon, we're history. I mean, we're toast. We're dead. And so I'm very exacting. Earlier today, I had a conference call with my Asian key team, 13 or 14 people, and they think, well, I'm just I'm not fat, but a fat, old, rich chairman. He's probably not going to want to, the day after he lands from a 15-hour flight that turned into 17 and a half hours, he's not going to want to have his weekly meeting. I was there,
Checking the numbers.
And as usual, I'm more prepared than anybody in my staff. I know the questions to ask that aren't in the PowerPoint because, they can show you the PowerPoint on the screen, even though I'm not there. And I ask questions. I ask tough questions.
So detail-oriented. That you were taught that by the military.
Correct.
There's an astronaut named Christopher Hadfield. He's actually a Canadian astronaut, but he spent a good amount of time up in space. He's got a book called An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth.
Oh, I just saw that on the internet.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I listened to the audiobook, actually. And he talks about how, as an astronaut, you prepare for every single contingency. You prepare for all the contingencies that never happen. And he was just saying how just being that prepared, allows him to get through life, in all these ways.
I have another way of saying it. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Okay, yeah. This week on London Real, we have astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I wake up every morning astonished that an astrophysicist can have 1.7 million Twitter followers.